Okay, here we are back on our tutorial. As you go up to the 30th row, if you were doing the adult size. If you were doing the child size, you'll probably go up to 28 to 24 rows, depending on the length of the size of the beanie you would like it to be. If you're doing the baby one, you might want to go to 15 to probably 17 on the stitches, on the rows I mean. So it depends on what you desire for the length of the beanie. And to count the rows, like I say, you just count the inside, and each one of these lines here is a row. So you start from the beginning all the way to the end and you count your rows. So this is the adult size. And I already finished off my 30th right here at the end. You're going to fasten off by cutting your yarn. Put your hook through there, and you want to make a slip stitch in the next one over. You just put your hook in, pull the yarn through, then you pull it through the other loop, and now you're going to bring the yarn over your hook and pull through all the yarn left over, just like so. Then you want to pull tight, and that's pretty much done. We can sew that in afterwards. So for the ear flaps, I'm going to move this blue yarn out of the way. For the ear flaps, what you want to do is flatten your beanie as much as possible. And by flattening it, you're making it even. What you want to do is at one end of the beanie, you'll see the very end of the stitch there. It doesn't have, it does, just make it as perfect as possible. Try to get that very last end there. And put your stitch marker in there. Then you want to do that on the other side too. Get the very last stitch that you see that's right at the corner there, and put your marker there. So that's where your ear flaps will be evenly out. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a slip knot. Wrap it around twice over your finger. Tuck it under, pull it over, put your hook in, release your fingers, and pull snug. Okay. So there's my loop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the hook. See my little loop? And what we're going to do is we're going to open our beanie up just a little bit, where our marker's at, on one side. Go back 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not spaces, but stitches. And what you're going to do is on that 6th one right there, put your hook in, attach the yarn, pull it through, wrap the yarn over your hook, bring it through the loop, and bring all the yarn through. Let me do that one more time. Wrap it around and bring it through, and there you go. And then pull a little tight on the loose end. The loose end, you want to put it right over, and what you're going to do is single crochet all the way across this row here of 13 stitches. You can take your marker out. The first one is 1, so you're going to go in the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're just doing single crochet. 6, this is where our marker was at. That's 7. Next one. 8. 9, and I'm laying down my loose ends so I can crochet right over them. 10. 11. 12, last one, 13. Chain 1, turn your work around. Here we are on the other side. You want to single crochet in the first stitch where we chain 1 at. and we're going to single crochet all the way across to 13. So that was 1. This is 2, moving along to the next. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and for the 13th, you're going to go right into the bottom stitch here. That was the first row. You're going to go right into there and make 13 again, because when you made 13, it was a chain 1, and the chain 1 is kind of like curved into there, so it's hard to see. So you just want to do that, and it'll come up right nice, neat. So chain up 1 and turn your work around. We're going to do the same thing again, single crochet into that same stitch we chain 1 in, and single crochet all the way across to 13. This is counting 1. Move along to the next. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Chain up 1. Get all my yarn on my hook. There you go. Chain up 1. Turn your work around. Single crochet all the way across. 13, starting with the first one where we chain 1 at, you want to go right into that same stitch, put a single crochet, and that's 1. Move along to the next stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, last one, 13. So now we did 4 rows, and that's pretty much what you do. And now we're going to turn the work around. You don't want to chain up 1. What you want to do, instead of the first stitch right here that we normally go into to do a single crochet, you're going to move along to the next stitch over and put a single crochet. And to do that, we decrease by 1. And we're going to go across 12 stitches. This is our first stitch right here. So that was our first single crochet. We're going to go all the way across to 12 single crochets in every stitch. So let's go to the next one. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Turn your work around. We're going to do the same thing again, and we're going to move along to the second one from the hook, not the first one, the second one. Single crochet, and we're going to go across 11 stitches now instead of 12. This is counting our first one. Move along to the next. That's 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Turn your work around, and instead of the first stitch we normally go into, we're going to move along to the second one, single crochet. Count that one as your first stitch. We're going to single crochet all the way across to 10. This is 1, counting. Move along to the next stitch. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Turn your work around. Okay, the second one from the hook, moving along to the second one, single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet 9 across. Every time we move one across, we're decreasing instead of going into here. So what we're going to do is go across, all the way across, single crochet 9 stitches. This is counting our first one already done. Move along to the next. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn your work around. From the second one from the hook, here's your hook. This is 1, this is 2. Go in the second one, single crochet all the way across to 8. This is counting our first one. Done. That's 2. Move along to next. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Turn your work around. You're going to skip the first one, move to the second, single crochet. Now we're going to single crochet 7 across. This is counting the first one already done. Move along to the next. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn your work around. The second one from the hook, single crochet. Counting that one as your first one, you want to go across 6. So this is 1, go to the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Turn your work around. Second from the hook, single crochet across to 5, counting this one as your first one. Move along to the next stitch, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn your work around. Skip the first one, move to the second one, single crochet across to 4. This is 2, 3, and 4. Now you can stop there if you want a wider one, which I probably will. That's the ear flap right there. We are pretty much done. Or you can go across one more time and make it 2 stitches. You'll do it twice, where you just turn your work around, skip the first one, move to the second one. That'll be 3 stitches across. Then you'll turn your work around again, and you'll skip the first one, move to the second one, and go across 2 if you want. I'm going to stay at 4. So I'm going to cut my yarn, and what I'm going to do is just pull it all the way through. That's done with the ear flap. Now you want to do the same thing on the other side. Exact same thing we did, where you'll go back 6 stitches, single crochet all the way across to 13, chain up 1, turn your work around, chain up 1, turn your work around, chain up 1, turn your work around, 4 rows, and then you start doing the decrease. If you need help, just rewind the video on part 2, just replay it, and you can do the other side of the ear flap. Stay tuned for part 3 on the tutorial. I'm going to do my other ear flap.